Hello, Flosstube. Elizabeth Martinez, Fount Stitches, back again. Um, I think I did an update roughly a week ago, maybe a little longer. Anyway, this is update number 15. Thank you to those of you who have returned, and to welcome to any new viewers who might stumble across my video. Anyway, I wanted to update you a little bit. I haven't done any more work on um, my whips or anything. The ones I had before. During at the end of Stitch Mania, I stitched a little bit on Daily Walk in the Woods, but around that time, the middle of May or so, the 20th or so of May, I my last update, I think I talked about in early June about the um, the chart that I was designing for uh, the hymn "Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing." I can't speak. Anyway, so I've worked on that quite a bit. I'm just gonna pop this out of the hoop I had it in. Um, so I can show it a little more easily. This needle minder made by my sister. It's a fabric covered kind of button, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I've been working on this design for a couple of weeks now. I think I did my last update June 3rd or 4th or thereabouts. We had gone up to the lake uh, uh, in the rim country here in Arizona. Anyway, I had taken this with me and I worked on it there at the lake. And at the time, I was working on the grass down here. And I've since done some sheep. There's a little flock of sheep over here. They don't have eyes. They're blind little sheep because I tried to do colonial knots on some of them, but they were very big and very googly looking, so I left them out. But I did do colonial knots on this little sheep over here, uh, uh, who is off by himself, who has wandered away from the flock. Anyway, I had originally charted it with just little wispy lines to suggest the grass, that I decided to do grass in a solid block. And because I am obsessive compulsive, if you will, I made this, little design for the grass. It's more symmetrical or whatever than grass might appear in real life, but I did it. And so then I'm working on, this is the beginning of the second verse of the hymn. I'm doing all three verses, so it's going to be a kind of a big chart. But it's a backstitched alphabet. And I did get it out of a book, of alphabets, and it was like a design your own thing, whatever. But it had a bunch of suggested alphabets in it, as well as like blank graph paper that you could, of different sizes, that you could use to make your own charts or whatever. So I just borrowed one of the alphabets from that design book. But so that's what this is here. So this is the beginning of the second verse. Here I raised my Ebenezer, and that's what this is. It's a sort of a little altar. That's the Ebenezer stone right there. And this color, these are using the DMC colors. I started with the first 15 and sort of chose from there. There's new colors, I mean, not for 15, 35, I guess, that DMC released recently. So I started with those colors, but some of them, like, I think this blue is, I think is one of the, an old color, like one of the 300s or something like that. But anyway, so I'm making this border between each of the verses. It's going to be, about 5 stitches wide or so. It's similar to this one. It's not as quite as wide as the grass, but similar in style, I guess. And then this single line like this is going to be the border on the sides. Cat. Anyway, so this is where I am so far. The second verse of the hymn, and there's the border between the verses. So I have the second half of the second verse that'll go under here. Jesus sought me when a stranger is what this is. And I have a little bit of trepidation with, I'm charting a couple of angels, and I'm charting Jesus carrying sheep. It goes down here somewhere. And I'm a little nervous about that because I've never charted people before, right? And I haven't really done any design work. I've done some reorganizing of designs, but not my own design work. So I'm a little nervous about it. But so I want just, I don't think anybody can copy this very quickly, but this is the design. I had originally charted it like just like 2 separate lines, but I think my intention now is to fill that in and make it more of a solid border. But anyway, so this is a little glimpse of the second half of the chart. See, there's Jesus, and I don't know how that's going to work out. I won't know until I get it started or whatever. And there's the border. And the third verse, excuse me, is here. And I don't know, I'll see how that works. And there's the first verse, the beginning of it, the first page. Yeah, so anyway, I always talk about how I'm a monogamous stitcher. I work on one project at a time, and I was trying to do that with Daily Walk in the Woods or whatever. But we all know how start-itis feels. You get excited about something and you want to start it. And I had finally finished that chart, that design, and excuse me. And I just wanted to start it. And I had this 28 count linen that I seems like it's the right size, and I thought I would just go ahead and get started on it, and so we'll see how that goes. And then the other thing that I'm trying desperately not to start is this little mouse that I talked about before, this Silver Creek Samplers Sweet Marmalade is what it's called. And this little mouse is so cute, and I'm just dying to stitch it, but I'm trying desperately to hold off. I found this piece of blue, light blue even weave. It was stitched on Silk Weaver 32 count Moon Dust Jobelin. Originally, this sample, I guess, using Gentle Arts threads. And I wasn't crazy about the sort of sorry about the glare. The look of it, I wanted something different, so I chose this. It's a light blue even weave. this has a little chart on the back that's a 28 count over 2. It's 2 over 2 design, stitched 2 over 2. And so I think the 28 count, the piece is the right size. And it called for gentle arch threads, and I really, it's a little cost prohibitive for me, so I went ahead and looked up a DMC conversion online, and it didn't have a DMC equivalent for one color called green tea leaf, so which is the color of the little vine that connects those berries. And I just picked a color, and it's sort of a brownish color, I think. The green tea leaf was sort of a, you can't really tell in this picture, but the when I looked at it, I think on One Tooth or Stitch or something like that, it looks kind of like a brownish green or whatever, so a greenish brown, I don't know. So 3021 is the color that I chose. It's a little, maybe a little darker than the original, but that was the color I chose. Anyway, the rest of them were listed as, you know, equivalents. So I'm trying not to start it, but I want to so desperately. But anyway, I found this little piece of even weave at Hobby Lobby, and decided to go ahead and use that. And one thing that I want to say, the one thing I did for this design for Ebenezer, this little altar, stone altar thing, I had originally, let me find it, I had originally chosen, I was thinking about using, I think it was number 7, the new DMC colors, number 7. But, yeah. But, and I think, you know, when I did my Flosstube or whatever, I was choosing colors, it looked pretty good. But then when I started stitching with it, it's almost exactly the same color as the linen here. And so, you know, it looks like it would stand out a little, you know, enough. But when I stitch here, I couldn't even find the stitch that I started with. It looked really the same color. If you look at it like this, it disappears. So I had to choose a different color, and the brown that I chose, was one I had already chosen for a different part of the chart, and I'll probably use it anyway. I've shared it on the Facebook group Friday Off the Grid, and people have been very complimentary, and I've gotten some nice comments on my sheep and everything. But one person asked me, hey, are you gonna when are you gonna release this design, or is it released already? And somebody else asked me, who's the designer? And I don't have any real plans to release it yet. Maybe in the future, and I might, when I'm finished with it, but I might redo the alphabet, because I have a little problem, with selling it when I borrowed, when the alphabet is not original to me. having it for the design is one thing, but then selling it to make money would be something else. I would have to redo the alphabet, kind of, and make it my own. Um, so I don't have any immediate plans to release it, but that may be something I'll think about in the future. Um, you know, when I have the mental energy to redo the alphabet. It took a lot for me to choose one to begin with. Um, but so if I do release it, I'll release it with a different alphabet, because I would want that to be more original, you know, than to borrow somebody else's work and then try to make money off of it. But anyway, so yeah, I have a ways to go on that, you know, chart, and then I want to do that mouse, and I still want to do. I still want to get back to Daily Walk in the Woods and my kitty cat, the cat on the piano uh, design that my sister gave me, or my nephew gave me. Anyway, so I just wanted to do a quick update. I don't really have, much else stitching wise, because I've been working on that that Fount design. But anyway, so I think that's basically it. I don't have any real haul other than the even weave that I bought, and the DMC equivalent stuff was all. Uh, I already had in stash, except for a couple of colors that I probably have them. They're probably just kitted up with something else, somewhere else that I couldn't lay my hands on right away. Um, but um, so I was, other than the little blue even weave and the pattern itself for the mouse, I don't have any new haul for this week. Uh, so that's about it. Um, Today is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all of those men who act as fathers, or who are fathers, or stepfathers. You know, uh, who act in some fatherly role to children all around them. Happy Father's Day to you, and to my own dad. Happy Father's Day. And I want everyone to have a good day. I never know how to end these. I'm always so awkward. The cats are getting restless, so it's about time for me to finish up. Um, so, have a good day. Stitch all the things. And I think that's about it. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Come back again.